Today, on today's episode, we have Stephenie Rosener.
Yes.
Amazing realtor / tastemaker. I'm going to call you a tastemaker.
Okay.
Tastemaker of what to do around town.
Yes.
And Northeast resident who I'm assuming knows everything there is to know about Northeast. So today we're going to talk about Northeast.
Yes.
It's going to be the Stephenie / Northeast episode.
Sweet.
What were you calling this episode? You had a good name. I'm not the white rapper.
I'm not a rapper, but I'm white.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah. So.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to waste. So whether you in Minneapolis or St. Paul, Bloomington to Maple Grove, from the east side to the west side, down south to way up north, let me hear you say, this must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. This must be the place. Ain't no
Hello!
time to waste.
And welcome to This Must Be the Place, the only Twin Cities real estate and real estate adjacent podcast where one of the hosts has just hired Fancy Ray to be director of marketing. You know who Fancy Ray
Not
is.
funny.
Do you know who Fancy Ray
But
is?
would be awesome director of marketing,
Yeah.
I think.
Too bad that's not true. Right?
It's not supposed to.
It's not, no.
You know who Fancy Ray is?
Yeah.
Though? Okay. Because
if we wanted to market exclusively to pimps and players,
yeah,
Fancy Ray might do a good job.
people
for
that
us.
own long Cadillacs.
Yeah.
Half the reason I wanted to bring that up was to test your knowledge to see if you.
No, I know
I feel
Fancy
like you're
Ray.
a true Minnesotan now.
Yeah, man.
That's the litmus test of if you are of a certain age, you know.
He ran for mayor, didn't he?
Actually?
At one point, I think multiple years in a row.
He
multiple
did.
times
He
in a row
ran for
mayor.
or governor. I think it was governor.
He ran for a bunch of stuff, and he had different color minks on every time he ran.
Yes. For those of you out there that don't know who Fancy Ray is, number one, you should, and number two, he was like a legendary pitchman in the '80s for. You know him too, Stephenie?
Yeah, and I feel like it's later than the 80s, right?
Yeah,
I don't know him from the 80s. I know
Yeah.
him from like Deja Vu commercials in the late
crazy.
90s.
But he would. I mean, you hired him if you were selling like mattresses or cars.
Okay.
That's what. And that was in like the '80s and '90s.
He was like a local personality before
Yeah.
local personalities were.
Yeah.
He's kind of gives off Morris Day vibes to me a little bit, right?
I think it's like
Kinda
Rick James mixed with a pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
You know?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So anyway, Fancy Ray, we know you listen,
Really?
so give us a
Shout
call if you want
How amazing would it be to have Fancy Ray
as a
on
guest.
this podcast?
as a guest, yes.
I never thought about that until right now.
Casey knows
I'm gonna
people.
make it
Jot
happen.
it down.
Yeah.
Jot it
I
down.
My
bet
buddy
the-
Joel is a DJ at one of the clubs downtown, the Seville. I guarantee you he knows him.
I was
Probably.
just gonna say the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon of it all with you and Fancy Ray, I bet is one person, and there you go. There's the
I
one.
bet you it is. We're gonna make it happen. You want
All
to
right.
be on
And
that episode?
If he doesn't know, he'll know someone who knows.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's what. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He has to know. Has to.
All right. Well, what are we gonna talk about today?
I wanted. So you're gonna join us for the whole thing,
the whole
right?
shebang.
I don't know what to.
We're gonna be here
how
for
long does it go?
hours.
Yeah, I don't have
Like
that kind of
5,
time.
6 hours.
yeah.
I don't know. 40. We say 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Generally an hour. Try to. But I want to talk all things Northeast with
Okay.
you because you are a Northeast expert.
I've been here a long time.
Yeah, and I want to know if you know some of the same people that I know.
Okay.
And then we want to talk to you about what you do and your success on social media and
Crazy.
sort of the niche that you've found. Yeah, you have a real interesting backstory. So you're a realtor, but you're a retired Minnesota National Guard.
Yep.
Big social media presence, big growing social media presence, a local expert about town. Like,
Yeah.
how did you come, Mom?
Yeah.
Your
I have
husband's a
5 children.
firefighter?
You're 5.
Yep, 5 kids, and my husband works for Minneapolis Fire. So
Yeah.
we're like
Hung
Minneapolis.
out in Djibouti.
And he was in the Marines, so it's like military, real estate, family, Northeast.
Yeah, how did you come to all
intertwined.
this? Like, how did you get started in this world? Or give us your backstory. Tell us
Yeah, okay, so I
everything.
grew up in North Minneapolis.
Okay.
literally just across the bridge from where we are here.
Yep.
But met a lot of kids that lived in Northeast, so like sleepovers and like just going to play with friends, walk around, like go roller skating at the rink that was on Central.
Yep.
Just 90s kids, parks all day, you know, go home at night. So I just kind of fell in love with the area versus over north. There's a lot
Sure.
more, you know, you don't really roam around as kids as much
Yeah.
just because at the time there was, you know, trouble here and there or
Yeah.
whatever. And then I went to Edison. Like you could go to any high school you wanted
you
in the
do
city.
know some of the same people.
Probably. I mean, Northeast is like everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon
Yes.
is like 2 or 1 for sure in Northeast.
Sure.
I call it 6 degrees of Jesse Semenko.
Okay, yes.
Do you know Jesse?
Unknown Prophets, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, I don't know him, but I know who he is.
But you know them through the music. Were you into music? We're getting off. Tell us more. Sorry.
I've been to an Unknown Prophets show or two, and they just played at someone's birthday party or something.
Yeah, they're still playing.
lately. I was like, oh, awesome.
I quit rapping when I got sort of old.
yeah.
They're just
They're
getting
going.
better with age. They're
I don't
like
even know who that
fine
is.
wine. Unknown Prophets?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to call them local legends.
Yeah.
We're going to call them Northeast. They
Yeah,
put
yeah,
Northeast
Northeast
rap
people.
on the map at the time of like when Rhyme Sayers was becoming formative. Like they had their debut album was great. Unknown Prophets, and then through them.
Were they on the Rhyme Sayers label?
Nope, they started their own thing, Anytime Entertainment. And there were a bunch of Northeast guys around that time, like Josh Taylor and
Yeah.
Gamble and Bobby Hatfield and like all these, you know, the local rap community
crew,
was
you
small.
know?
Sounds good.
Did you go to shows back in the day?
Yeah, when I was like my early 20s.
I guarantee
maybe?
you I saw you at a show.
Yeah,
So-
probably.
Or play
I mean,
shows.
not a million, but like our friends would go.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone would just go.
Yeah.
So I went to Edison.
Okay.
I worked at Northeast Bank for like 8 years. So I got to know, I started there in high school and worked there through college in the drive-through part-time. So all the local Northeast businesses would go there to bank. So we got to know like the owners and just, you know, it was cool. I went to the U, and then I also joined the military at that time. So like it's all just kind of made its way. And like
Sure.
Northeast, I fell in love with it early. Picked out the neighborhood I wanted to live in when I was in high school, just from like hanging around.
Wow.
And that's where I live now. So
Is that Wade Park you said?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Wade Park. So and now we have a family, 5 kids, and I retired from the military in 2022, and now I'm like, okay. Let's get on social media and get
Sure.
more focused on real estate. It's always been there, part-time, full-time, whatever.
Because
but-
you've had your license for 20 years.
yeah, it's my 20th year, which is crazy.
And you kept it active during when you were in the military, when you were overseas and
so
everything
I
like
went to
that?
Africa for a year, and I just referred my business out to my friend.
Oh,
So
okay.
he took care of my people when it got
She was in
crazy.
Djibouti, as previously
Djibouti,
mentioned.
Have a beautiful day.
Open up an atlas, people.
Had
Come
that
on.
T-shirt
That's a good one.
That is a good
and
one.
other jokes.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure.
You know.
They write
So, yeah.
themselves with that name.
Do you do you speak any of the local languages from
Like
Djibouti?
Djibouti? No.
Is it called Djibouti? Do they speak Djibouti
Yeah.
in Djibouti?
They have their. I don't know what their language is, honestly. I mean, there's like a lot of French influence there too. So
That was colonized by the French.
Yeah.
Sure.
Colonizers.
yeah. We
Yep.
stayed at
People.
Camp
Yep.
Le Monnier, which
Okay.
looks like Lemonnier
Lemonade?
on paper.
Lemonnier, yeah, Lemonnier,
So,
sure.
Yeah, and we had just people all over. So I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
So that's my story, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've lived in the same neighborhoods in Northeast and
Yeah,
Wade
we
Park
bought our house
since
in 2010
Okay.
when everything was half off. So we got a sweet deal. And,
Yeah.
I did
you
the
know,
same, 09. I bought my house for $197,500
I bought
in
mine
July
for-
of 09.
176, I think
You
it
guys
was.
are-
You got me beat.
I was trying to sell mine.
Yeah.
And not take a bath.
Yeah.
But before that, I lived in Egan I had a townhome in 2006. And
Okay.
so I lost money there, but we've got it
Yeah,
back now.
sure.
So we're good.
So Northeast, that's a good segue into just all things Northeast.
And now, This Must Be the Place presents Neighborhood Watch.
I guess what does Northeast mean to you? Like, what's the vibe? What do you love about it? Like, why do you gravitate so hard to Northeast?
I mean, just from the nostalgia of like I grew up here, you
Sure.
know, just running around being a kid. But now I feel like I've grown up with Northeast because back then it was like everyone would make a joke like it's church, bar, you know, every block.
That's
And now
hilarious.
it's like church, bar, brewery, award-winning
James
restaurant.
Beard award-winning restaurant,
So it's
right.
like and
Art studio, right.
art studios everywhere. So
Right.
it's just like, and I'm sure the art was there when I was a kid. Like I feel like art was going to be in its like
96.
Yeah.
It started.
in their 30th year this year.
Yeah.
So it's like it was there, but like no one. I was a kid. I didn't care or know,
No.
or I had other stuff to do. But it's
Cared
just
about
like
the churches and the bars when you were a kid.
well, when I was in my 20s, I should.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, like doing a Northeast bar crawl is cool. Like just everyone knows each other. It just seems like this is a place where I want to raise my kids, and they don't have the childhood that I have had, of course. But I don't know. It's always felt like home, and I love it, honestly.
This might be a hot take because I'm a St. Paul guy.
Yeah.
But Northeast feels, of any part of Minneapolis, Northeast feels like St. Paul to me.
You think so?
I feel
That
like
is a spicy take.
Yeah, and here's why. Because St. Paul is like, there's always like, oh, it's St. Small. You know what I mean? You always know somebody that you know somebody. So if I
Yeah.
were to pick one neighborhood that felt like Northeast, it would be like the West 7th neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's really community based. Like people are proud to be from
Yeah.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Even
That's
when they
true.
move out of Northeast.
Yeah.
And
they're-
old ass bars too.
Yeah.
Northeast and West 7th both have
Yeah,
like
old bars,
old
cool
bars.
art stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
going on. Lots of like gentrification little pockets
Yeah.
where they're trying to, and Northeast is farther along than West 7th,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, except for like around the Excel Center. But even the people to me have like a similar vibe from like the neighborhood community feel where it's also not too like, people don't take themselves too seriously or
Yeah.
full of themselves
Yeah.
in Northeast or that West 7th area,
Yeah.
right? I remember you listed something a couple weeks ago. You were like, this is the most expensive house in Northeast.
Yeah.
Was that the super hyper modern one?
Yeah, the
Right?
storage container with style, basically.
And I was like, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
And your response was, people in Northeast don't care for
yeah.
this one too much.
Facebook group had a lot to say.
Really?
I feel like that's a very like West 70 like response. Like they want the old
Yes.
character charm.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
don't get ahead of yourself. Don't
Yeah.
jump the shark. Put that shit over
Yeah.
by the lakes.
Yeah.
You
And
know
there's,
what I mean?
in that area, there's like a couple of them. So I don't know if one person was
What-
like,
what
we're going to make
area
this
was that
happen.
in?
It was on 17th in California, I think. So like just probably 6 blocks up Marshall from here.
Okay.
But there's, I mean, maybe 5 or 6 of them in that little couple blocks.
What was it listed at, out of curiosity?
700.
Yeah,
And
there's
it
you,
sold for, I think, 730 or 720 or something like
you
that.
don't ever see $1 million homes. Like Northeast real estate market is hot as fire and has been for years now. And homes don't come on the market. Again, you probably have data over there,
I
Casey.
do, yeah, I
But and you should speak to it, but like it's not like other neighborhoods of St. Paul or Minneapolis where there'll be a $900,000 home, a $3.1 million home.
not
Like,
Northeast.
no, not in Northeast.
You can only build so much in our dinky lots, you know?
But that's so Mac Rovlin in St. Paul. I was gonna say like it reminds me of that, but it reminds me of parts of Mac Rovlin. You'll rip down the 1,300 foot
Yeah.
bungalow
Yep.
and put up a $1.2 million new build box. You know what
On
I
a
mean?
0.12
I feel like
acre.
Northeast
Yeah.
doesn't
40
do
by
that.
128.
Which is crazy to me because Northeast, like that proximity to downtown and with how hot Northeast
Literally
is.
5 minutes, yeah.
The fact that it can maintain affordability and that feel,
Yeah.
I think speaks to the community and speaks to the people that live there and the ethos and the aesthetic of like the people that live in Northeast
Right.
Minneapolis.
I mean, even like there are some new construction, like 2 stories that'll go up for houses
Sure.
that they ripped down, but they're sell for like 600-700,
Yeah.
not anything crazy.
Yeah.
And they're modest houses. They're not
Yeah.
They're not
fancy,
4,200 square
They
feet.
belong in the neighborhood. They're
Yes.
just newer.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So to get to that, so the median price, if you had to guess, I'm going to go through some stuff.
Well, I do stats every month, so
Oh,
let's see
well,
if
so
I
you
got
know
mine.
this. All right,
But I
so
go by the month.
Median price, well, this is March. So this is based
Okay.
on March.
And is this, we're going by neighbor, because there's like
Yeah,
7
no, we're-
neighborhoods in Northeast,
13 neighborhoods, and we'll get to that.
right? Oh, 13.
Yes.
They're
Median
middle box.
price for all of Northeast. The entire.
I know the average was like 330 last month.
Okay,
How far off is the
you're very
median?
close. The median is 335.
Okay.
Versus Twin Cities Metro, which is 417 right now.
380? Oh, 417.
Yeah,
damn.
417. But what's interesting is price per square foot. So the median price is
yeah.
Yeah, it's
lower
higher.
in Northeast, but the price per square foot is way higher.
Yeah. Because
Because
1,200 square feet.
Exactly, but people, so it is highly, so, because when people are like, oh, the houses aren't as expensive, price per square footage, they're more expensive than the Metro on
Yes.
average, because you know what you're getting here and you're paying for walkability
Yeah.
and arts and restaurants and
And character.
character and vibe,
Yep.
not for 4,000 square foot
Yeah.
vinyl plank flooring.
Or even
four-car
like
garage.
2,200 square foot.
Yeah.
It's just not as much of a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, percent of list price, what are things selling for right now when you were looking?
For whatever reason, it was 100% even
You're on-
for March.
Yep.
And I think
You're on it.
I did bring some information.
Yeah, it's at 100% on the
100%
nose.
right now, but last March 2024 was 104.
Yep.
And this will go up and then come down in
Yep.
the fall.
Right.
So we're a little behind the eight ball, but like stuff that's happening right now is intense.
Yes.
So I think it's going to skyrocket next
Average
month.
days on market are long. So the entire
Super long
metro
right now.
area is coming down.
Yeah.
Northeast is going up.
Yeah.
So I think average is 60 some, but the median is 50 days on market compared with 21 in the metro.
I think that's like winter stock still
Yes.
hanging around messing
All the
it
good
up.
stuff
Gone.
gone immediately. All the
Yeah.
stuff that's just sitting or needs price reduction, we're sitting for the hundreds of days
Yeah.
and skewing that
Went
data.
on in November or
Yeah.
whatever.
2 weeks ago, there was a house listed for like 330. I looked at the numbers. I was like, it's 350 easy, 355.
Yep.
My people are like, okay, 370. And then the guy who sent the feedback, 13 offers.
Yep.
Over
13.
15% over, which is 383 or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least, he said.
Yeah.
So I'm just, it closes in like a
Listed
week,
at
so,
330.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, why did you do this?
Yeah. It does remind me of West 7th in that, price-wise too. And then the last thing, how many homes are for sale in all of Northeast?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
What would
40?
you guess? Because you wouldn't know.
I don't look at that stat.
13 neighborhoods.
Oh, 71.
Okay.
I think like 40.
24.
Jeez.
Which speaks to the inventory.
Like active,
of
no contingencies or
active
anything?
for sale. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I have 2 people looking right now, and it's been
It's rough.
wild. It's rough.
It's
brutal.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get them out of Northeast.
No, they called me because of this.
That's right.
you know?
That's right. So there are 13 neighborhoods in Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name them all?
I can probably get close. Waite Park, Audubon, Wyndham, moving down. Northeast Park,
Casey's hiding the computer for
Holland,
Stephenie.
Botno, Sheridan, East and West St. Anthony.
Jeez.
Pier, I don't know if that's one. Up higher, Marshall Terrace. Is that in there?
Yeah.
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 How many am I at? I
You
don't
got
know.
10, I think?
10.
You know,
So Audubon Park.
She said that.
Said that.
Logan's one.
Beltrami,
maybe?
Botno,
they
Columbia
have their
Park,
own. Yeah,
Beltrami,
Columbia,
I never would've gotten
Beltrami
that
too,
one.
South, yeah.
Holland,
Mm-hmm.
Logan Park, Marshall Terrace, Northeast Park, East and West St. Anthony, Sheridan, Waite Park, Wyndham Park.
Yes.
That
Pretty
doesn't seem like it's 13, but I'm just going to trust what I copy and paste.
I think so. There's small boxes.
Yeah. Do you have favorites?
I do. Waite Park, number 1. Audubon's cool.
Why
because-
Waite Park?
Waite Park, I just like it because we're close to the action in Northeast, but it's not happening like in
Where-
our backyard.
For those who don't know, where
where
is
is
Waite
Waite
Park?
Waite Park is the most northeast of Northeast in that corner.
So if you're driving, let's say 35W,
Is it border Johnson Street?
Johnson runs through it.
Okay.
It's from Central to Stinson and then 37th to St. Anthony Parkway.
Okay. 37th. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the border.
By the Home
of
Depot,
St.
right?
Anthony.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
That's Wyndham Park. They're like
that's Wyndham Park. They're
stacked
right next
three
to
up.
each other,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, stacked. Yep.
Yeah.
So I love those 3: Waite, Audubon, and
And Wyndham.
Wyndham, because that's the more residentially.
Yeah,
there's,
because
quiet
there's no bars
neighborhoods.
in our neighborhoods. There's no
Yeah.
art studios, but we're close to it.
Yeah.
So it's more neighborhood feel.
And it's
Yeah.
it's still the same. When you think of Northeast, that constitutes Northeast, and the Arts District does too, but they're totally different,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you go shopping in that part of Northeast, like, are you going to Roseville at that point? Is that the mall
Like
you go
grocery
to?
shopping.
No, grocery shopping is
Like
Well, maybe
shop
Roseville,
online,
right?
of course. You know,
Yeah.
for other stuff.
But St. Anthony has grocery stores, right?
Yes. So we're like 2 minutes from like,
Yeah.
the Cub in St. Anthony,
Yeah,
Aldi
okay.
in Roseville.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
And then if you're on
Quarry-
this side of Northeast, you're going to like the Lunds and Byerly's on Central.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the
depending on your
neighborhood
vibe.
joint right up the block here, which I forget what it's called.
Centers.
Yeah, Centers. Yeah.
Yeah. They're also supposed to be building an Aldi right by the quarry. I saw
Okay.
somewhere.
Oh,
I'm assuming it'll be received
I
well.
forget that the quarry is Northeast.
it is.
Northeast is pretty expansive. Like when you start to think about it size-wise, that's why it doesn't surprise. At first, I was like, oh, there's 13 neighborhoods in Northeast, like because I tend to think of Northeast as like this pocket that this studio's in.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I mean, you
Or
go
along
basically
Central
river
up to
all the
30.
way to
Yep.
35.
Yep.
You know.
But yeah, that other side of 30, like from the quarry over, I don't really think of as Northeast,
Right.
but like Broadway, where the Costco Business Center
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Northeast,
sure.
right? Like,
yeah, by St. Anthony, right?
Yeah, so it's got a pretty wide swath of stuff from
Yeah.
like all the award-winning restaurants
Yeah.
to business.
Yeah,
park
all that
districts
stuff
and
is tucked down here. And then, I mean, we have 29th and Johnson is super popular. There's a bakery. Black Duck is like a new restaurant there. There's Hazel's, which is like a family restaurant type, you know, cozy joint. Parkway Pizza's there.
Yeah, yeah.
I live by the Minnehaha
Yeah.
Longfellow Parkway Pizza.
Sebastian Joel's ice cream there too?
Yes.
It's the perfect, like, hey, you kids want to go for a walk,
Yeah.
do something, let's go
Yeah.
get some ice cream, you know?
Yeah.
And except your Parkway Pizza, Nas Reed's been to.
Yeah, we have the sign.
That is right
Johnson
out
all
front.
the time.
Yeah, yeah.
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 My Parkway Pizza, Nas Reed, as
no,
far as
no
I
street cred.
no street cred for my Parkway Pizza, but I do love I do love Parkway Pizza.
Me too.
I also, on a Nas Reed tangent, went to the game last year where they gave away the towel.
Yeah.
The Nas Reed towel.
Yeah.
It's like a big beach towel. And throughout, we're now 2 games into the playoffs, NBA playoffs, and I have it hanging to the chagrin of my family, I'm sure. Hanging prime in my living room. And every time he scores, I have to touch the towel.
Touch it.
Side note: last
Yeah.
night's game was a little bit disappointing.
It was
Are you
awful.
with sports?
I feel like I do not. I'm like a mother, so there's a million things
Yeah,
that my
you're
brain
doing all
is
the
Yes.
things
concerned
that
with.
matter.
Sure.
and we're-
I feel like something
Yeah, the
important is
things that
happening at
matter.
the Wolves that I should know. What is it?
It's playoff. I mean,
It's just the playoffs,
Okay.
yeah.
And they won the first game in LA.
They
They destroyed them.
dominated.
So they shot like 70% on
Against
open
the Lakers.
threes and
Okay.
just crushed them.
Sweet.
And it was unsustainable. But
21
last
to
night
42
they dug
from
themselves
3.
in a hole.
I don't know why I know all this information. It's so dumb. I should apply it to useful things.
So, but last night they came back down to earth a little bit, so it's
Yeah,
tied
okay,
1-1.
normal game,
It was
yeah.
unsustainable. Yeah. So, how old are your kids?
13.
That's
About to be
your oldest?
11
Do you
in
remember?
2 days. I do. They are every 2 years until
Okay.
the bonus baby. 13, 11, 9, and 7, and then a
Let's talk
two-year-old.
bonus baby here for a second.
And a 2-year-old?
Oh,
my
it's a
wife is
story.
like, my wife is like, oh, you could have another baby. Mine are 15 and 12.
Do not start
There
over,
is,
please.
I would never
Never.
throw myself back into that. Never. Like, I love where I'm at right now. You do it every 2 years. It's sort of a gradual
Yeah,
thing, right? But
everyone's
when
just
you
a
take
turd.
10
Yeah.
years off
Yeah.
and you willingly subject yourself to like a newborn and then everything that comes with it again, you're sort of a certain kind of sadist
Right.
to want to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
How did
Okay,
how did your
Masochistic
bonus
for
baby?
sure.
We had 4 kids. My husband comes from a big family, and so do I.
Okay.
I have 3 siblings, and he has 4 siblings.
Okay.
Sure.
And we come from like massive, you know, our parents have a bunch of siblings or whatever.
14 siblings on the farm.
His
One of
family
those.
is big.
Really?
Not even farm, city kids, all city kids.
Okay.
But we knew we wanted a lot of kids, but we had 4 kids, and they're all tucked 2 years apart.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? This is stressful
Boys
enough. I
and
think
girls,
we're good.
right?
Yes.
You check
girl,
each box.
boy, girl, boy.
Perfect.
Like perfect balance. So my husband got a vasectomy, and then I went to Africa, came back. So this is like 5 years later. It definitely worked, and then all of a sudden I was pregnant, missed a period. I'm like, what is happening? Like my youngest is 5 at this point. You know what I mean? So whatever,
What?
miracles happen, and then he had an analysis done, 0 on everything, and this doctor is like, sometimes life just finds a way, and I was like,
Shut
why wouldn't it find its way here?
up.
So just be aware.
Okay.
What I take
that's
from that is
good to
don't
know.
get a vasectomy because it's not foolproof.
So now
Well,
I have
you
my
should have
tubes
told me that
tied.
years ago, because
You're
I got
screwed,
one.
man.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a 99.9, and we were the 0.01. Or
Wow.
Wow, that is a great story.
Yeah.
Is your 5th
great.
child's name Miracle?
Mila is her name.
Okay, that's a good name.
I think that does
That's
mean
better than
miracle
miracle.
in
Does
some
it?
language or something. We looked it up. I mean, she's 2 years old. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a little clone. They all look like exactly the same, But
And you now have built-in babysitting,
yeah, I do.
right? Like your
13-year-old. She can
13-year-old.
be. Right now, she can be trusted for maybe like a half hour, but we'll
Okay.
build up to it.
Okay.
Yeah, you build up
Yeah.
to it. Yeah. Yeah, you'll be going off to dinners with your husband, just the two of you soon
It's
enough.
crazy. I mean, but like honestly, I was just like, seriously, like.
Holy
It took a long time for me to
shit.
come to terms with that because the mother is so much more involved in a baby's life, and especially me working real estate. It's like
Yeah.
I'm the one who's home.
I am
so.
like properly shook right now.
Yeah.
This
happened.
You just
This
wrecked
might be
my,
too personal.
Oh God.
Oh,
We can cut
happy
this.
to share.
Like, was it hard to get pregnant at any point, or was it always fairly easy? for you
fertile
guys?
myrtle, like
Okay,
yeah.
so it was never like
1 month off
Okay.
of like years of being
All right.
on protection, and
Sure.
we were ready to go. So
Sure.
Okay.
yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I know that like I had a friend who both of them couldn't conceive.
yeah. They gave up and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gave up and divorced.
oh
And then both of them were able to conceive with
Mm-hmm.
their new partners. No problem.
interesting.
It was like the chemistry between
Yeah.
them was
Life didn't want to find a way.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have been married. Life shouldn't have found a way because
Yeah.
they sucked as a couple.
Well, good. Somebody
was a-
knew what they were doing.
Yeah, she was a mean woman.
Well, imagine wanting a baby and you can't get one. Maybe you
Well,
would be mean
yeah,
too,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Like me,
Yeah.
and I'm sure she is much happier now.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I
Wish
don't
her well.
know, but I know
Yeah.
he is. So,
Yeah.
but it's funny that they both were like, yeah, we both have problems. Like it wasn't one or the other, right? Yeah, but good
We
for
should
them.
Yeah.
turn this on its head and just change our podcast to like
Baby
PBS
making with-
Nova,
Yeah.
like every week, where we just explore scientific anomalies.
Yes.
Scientific
And,
miracle.
yeah.
That's one. There's your first episode right there.
Stephenie Rosener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I had to have the conversation with
Medical
my husband,
marvel.
I was at Camp Ripley for 2 weeks of training or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the reaction?
After he got his results back, and he's like, "Do you want to explain anything to me?" I'm like, "Dude, I mean, this is normal. I'm, whatever."
Sure.
I'm just like, I don't know why you're zero. I can guarantee you this is your child.
Yes.
I'm happy to give you a paternity test or whatever. But if you make this a thing, you will destroy your marriage and you will feel
Yeah.
like an idiot
Yes.
when you get the results.
Yes.
You know
yes.
what I mean?
That's
So,
some Jerry Springer shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, at 6 months pregnant at that time,
Yeah.
like, come at me, man.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Like, you want to
The
destroy
dates
stuff?
line
Let's
up.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So-
crazy.
That happened.
Northeast.
That happened in Northeast.
There you go.
That's Northeast is the place
Sticking
where
with
life
the theme of the episode.
happens. What are some of your favorite restaurants? I know Northeast now is like
Yeah.
back in the day was Northeast is going to be the new Uptown, right? Like that was I remembered specifically.
Yeah, like the
talk.
Red Stag or whatever.
Well, it was all along Central, right? Like
Oh,
Central's
sure.
going to come up and it's going to be the new Hennepin.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad it isn't. Like it became that in some ways in terms of you can now drive from St. Anthony, Maine,
Yeah.
all the way up Central to
Yeah.
past 40th, and there's lots of cool stuff the
Yeah.
whole way.
Yep.
And there's apartment buildings that have sprung up all over the place.
Right.
But it's definitely kept its Northeast vibe
Yeah.
and didn't become like I call Uptown. I used to call it Shea Douchebag
Oh, yeah.
because it just felt like
We're a night on the town. with
Yeah, it's
fancy
I feel
just-
like parts of Northeast are like that though.
No.
Like
there are pockets, but
Those-
fancy neighborhood pockets.
what's the friggin' wine and cheese shop?
Surdyk's.
Surdyk's. Like
That area isn't douchebaggy to me still. Like it still has the Northeast ethos. Like
that apartment building that they built right behind it.
it may look ridiculous.
No, I mean I've toured it.
Okay.
And it's very nice, but it's got bells and whistles
Yeah.
and the
Penthouse.
rooftop penthouse is like $12,000 a month.
Sure.
Easy.
And
Yeah. Well, you're on the river. I mean.
yeah, right. And the views, I mean,
But there were always those, I mean, the brick ones that kind of cascade down.
yeah.
Are
On
in
the river.
Northeast technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are super spendy.
Yes.
But I feel like the vibe of the shops and the restaurants around there is still, it's not uptowny, man. And maybe I ascribe different meaning to Uptown.
Yeah. I think
because
it's
Uptown to me
just right there.
went from like dingy and like real sort of feeling to
Yeah.
like commercialized sort of. I would never want to hang out there.
Yeah.
You're
And
right,
Northeast
because
doesn't
it's still
feel
like that
to me.
area I'm talking about still has Kramarchicks, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're right. And it's funny you bring
And
Uptown.
Nyes and whatever.
Yeah, Nice too. But you bring Uptown into it because I always like when I do. I previously had contracted with a relocation company, and I would do these city tours where I would bring in people from all around the country and the world to kind of give them a 2-hour taste of Minneapolis.
Yeah. Cool.
And every time I went through Uptown, I'd be like, okay, this is Uptown in a nutshell.
I'm sure he sold it.
I was like, so in like the late 70s and early 80s, it was this thing.
Yeah.
It was in this box. It was like Prince had a song called Uptown because that's where the place where social outcasts and misfits and, people that weren't accepted, quote unquote, by society, that's where they would hang out. And then it became like a dude bro college beer chugging crowd that was kind of the antithesis of that a little bit, right? And now it's kind of trying to, post George Floyd and post pandemic, is trying to figure out what it's going to be next.
Definitely trying to reinvent itself.
It
with all
is,
the
yeah, but that's a different
construction
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's always going to be kind of cool because of the lakes
100%.
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Northeast
They'll get
has
it
its
back.
own
They'll get
thing.
it back.
But what are some of your favorite like places? You're in Minneapolis for the weekend. You're visiting, and you're like, I'm not a Mall of America kind of person. I want to go.
Oh,
to
like
Northeast.
if friends are in
Yeah,
town.
like where are you taking them?
St.
where are the
Anthony,
places
Maine
they
is
have
my
to see?
favorite spot in the whole city,
Okay.
just because the river's there. I mean,
Yes.
Stone Arch Bridge is so cool, and
Yeah.
then there's that little walkway. I think it's like Excel or something down there, but they have like this walkway that goes halfway to the river.
Yep.
That's where I got proposed to.
Really?
Yep.
And yeah, the whole thing.
Is that De La Salle, right? In Nicollet
Yeah,
Island?
super Yeah,
right
That's
there.
where my kid goes to school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so, and the restaurants down there are cool. We just went to the Cabana Club, which is newer
It's new.
down there.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Normal, regular restaurant prices, I thought it was going to be more like, I was expecting like tiki, fancy,
Sure.
whatever, like beachy, and it was just
Yeah.
a normal restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
Like Prochnow was down there back in the day,
yeah,
right?
yep.
I used to love Prochnow.
Yeah. So we went there, and then we just wandered around the river after dinner. We were with our neighbors, and we went to Nyes, and like
Yep.
happened to walk in as like karaoke was going to be starting in 5 minutes.
Did you shoot a video for that?
I did take some.
Yeah, I remember I saw that online.
It was super fun, and like everyone's just having a great time singing along with Dana on the piano, and
Yeah.
like that was what we do in Northeast.
Old
like,
school piano bar in a new place.
Yeah, it used to
Same
be
place, but new building.
bigger, and then they were gonna tear the building down. I
Yep.
don't know what happened with.
Yeah,
like,
what is?
They like built around it. They like
now
built
it's just
it up and
a
around
cocktail
it.
bar.
Yeah.
But it's still, I drive by it. It's still there.
nice.
Yes.
They kept
Yep.
the name
And it's still
all
open.
that.
And it's still a piano.
Okay.
Yep. It's just
Okay.
not quite as big.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the lady retired, right?
Yeah. There's a
But they
huge
have a new
mural
lady, right?
on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they rotate. I did a little research just to
Didn't
put
she
the video
die?
out. I don't probably. I mean, Nice is pretty old.
Yeah, I mean, she was
Yeah.
old as dust,
Yeah.
man. I don't know her name. But
It
I
looks
tried
like they
her.
have like 3 or 4 different people who
Okay.
rotate or whatever. But yeah, it was super fun.
What else we got in Northeast?
I go to the Northeast Coffee Shop a lot. Coffee
Where's
Shop
that?
Northeast. It's on 29th and Johnson there.
Okay.
They have like a small, like bagel sandwiches and stuff
Yep.
that are good. The
Okay.
Eggle is what I go for.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Duck is sweet. They have like a patio. That's the newer restaurant. I haven't gone to any of like the big award-winning restaurants.
I'm a fancy restaurant guy.
You are.
I can tell you about
You
them.
should do a tour then. What'd you think?
Young Joni is my
Yeah.
one of my favorite
I've
places.
never
Staple.
been still.
in the city. They have cauliflower there that I'm not like a vegetable
it's-
person,
yeah.
but like I'll eat that over like
Oh.
90% of the burgers and
Yeah.
steaks in the city. Like
Yeah.
there's something about this cauliflower.
This is what we have to do.
Yeah.
We have to go get the cauliflower at IE
Okay.
in South Minneapolis
Panda.
Yeah.
and compare it to the
Yeah.
Young Joni
I'm not-
cauliflower.
I don't need to, but I will, because Young Joni.
Have
is
an
that
open
good.
mind.
confident.
No, I
Jesus.
mean I know what I know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I'm confident in what I know.
I'm confident that.
Okay, we're gonna try it.
Yes, we got to do it.
Because I've had IE
Yeah.
cauliflower before. Not when it's the new IE, but the old IE.
Okay, there we go.
But we'll do it.
Okay,
So
we'll do
Young Joni is amazing.
Yes.
Because I love like Pizza Lola too.
Yeah.
And so
They're
they have-
opening a truck at Indeed, the one on 13th,
Oh, okay.
like the brewery.
I love their pies.
Is
Like
it the
tavern
same-
pie,
same
Korean
pizza?
barbecue, same everything.
I know
Yep.
it's the same ownership.
Yep.
It's
Same
Ann Kim,
pizza.
right?
Tastes
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
High, I like.
Good. Yeah.
But I don't love. I'd rather go to a hole in the wall place in St. Paul. I'd rather go to On's Thai or
If you make the trip, yeah.
or Quang if I'm in for Vietnamese.
I agree. I like Hai too, but
Yeah.
like, you know me, I'll go to Gai Noi 1,000
Yeah,
times
that
out
place
of 1,000.
is great. I haven't been to Vinay.
I
so
know. I
I want
either.
to try that. I'm going to Diane's place soon,
Okay.
and I've heard incredible things about
I've heard
that.
great things. So when we do a date night, it's kind of like, hey, you want to go on a date tonight? I'll text my niece. And
Yeah.
So we're like, we have no reservations. We go to Stray Dog a lot, which is
Okay.
on Hennepin. Stop in there a lot just for fun.
Yeah.
Also like Centro and just that whole area
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah. Do you go to Stanley's a lot?
Yes.
We
it's
go to
just
Sta-
like
that's where
going to
we go a lot.
Applebee's kind of for Northeasters.
Yeah, that's
you know?
where we go because
Yeah.
we're just like, oh, you don't need a reservation. Patio's great.
Patio's sweet,
It's gonna be
yeah.
good food.
I heard
it's
it
gonna
was
be great
in,
atmosphere.
is it in danger of being shut down because of?
Yeah, they want to redo University and put a roundabout on Broadway and Lowry.
Yeah.
Dude, don't
Which
take
is like
that
those
away.
And
intersections
Stanley's
are so
like
tiny.
Stanley's is in the crosshairs.
And then I heard they want to take Stanley's out because they need room for that roundabout.
Correct.
I feel like the neighborhood would rally around Stanley's in that instance.
It's like, okay, so Facebook groups for Northeast are huge and there's
Yeah.
a lot of arguing and whatever else.
Yeah.
Half of them are like, it makes sense. This is how most of the world deals with intersections.
Sure.
like
And
this.
they're
Sure.
right. I mean, both can be right.
Right. But also, like, Stanley's has been there. It used to be Stashu's back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
it has history in the neighborhood. Northeast is known for these places. How could you do that to us?
Yeah.
Take out the tobacco shop.
Yeah.
Like,
Take
just
out the tobacco shop.
everything, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Take out the smoke
So we'll
shop.
see.
That's
Do you ever
where
go
I'm at.
to Marty's Deli?
I have not been there.
You love you some
But-
Marty's.
I love Marty's. I love
another thing,
sandwiches.
like,
but it's not
you
hot
know.
sandwiches. You like hot
Yeah.
sandwiches.
I do. I'm East Coast guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like really searching for hot sandwich places in town
Hoagies,
here
yeah.
that like I need a seated roll, like a hoagie with a seated
You should
roll.
go to Parkway Pizza and get their hoagies because they're super good.
All right,
Their
I'm gonna have to-
Supreme one is,
I'm gonna
I mean,
have
it's
to try
They're
it.
basic.
very good. You're
It's
right.
basic stuff, but it's so good.
Yep. I will take that under
That's why you're an
advisement.
Iron Ranger guy.
Iron Ranger is good.
And I agree.
Yeah.
That's a St. Paul thing.
It's
Okay.
the same.
On Grand.
Hot hoagies, though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they're not hoagies.
They're not
Or
hoagies.
whatever.
Yeah. Like porchetta sandwiches.
Yeah.
Holy Land.
Yeah.
Do you go there?
I've been there, yeah.
Not like you don't
Not
just
like
hang out there.
Emily's
Emily's.
is like more my
You
style.
like Emily's?
Oh,
Yeah.
the freaking dolmas.
Where's that?
Oh, it's like a. Okay, everybody listening, go to shout out Karin too. Go to Emily's Lebanese Deli and order a dozen dolmas. They're stuffed grape leaves essentially.
Okay, yeah, I've had them.
You can eat them in 2 or 3 bites, and they'll keep in your fridge for a week. And they're the most flavorful, amazing things you'll ever eat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Where I used to go, which I'm bummed about, it no longer exists, was on Lowry and University marinas.
Yeah.
And that's gone. And that was like my favorite place. It's like a fancy
There's-
version of marinas now.
It's not, it's bigger. It's called Big Marina. It's like
Oh, they have another one?
up Central in Heights or Fridley somewhere.
All right. No, I know.
Yeah.
I loved going there
I
for
love
their
that place.
buffet
Yeah.
and like it was great.
Yeah. They're still around.
That's good to know.
But now I think they got, where were they? Central and, or Unity and Lowry,
Lowry,
right?
yeah.
So now there's like a different,
Yeah, it's like a fancier
Mediterranean,
version, like a
olive
fig
and lamb.
leaf or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
What about the all the stuff along Maine, like the yacht club, the burger dive,
I mean,
1029,
everything, yes.
bowl, you bowl
Elsie's.
at Elsie's?
I actually bowled at Elsie's my entire childhood. Like they had a Saturday bowling league
Yeah.
for kids. So I think my highest game was like 240 or something. So whatever.
Hell yeah.
Jesse Semenko from the Unknown
NBD.
Province is a low-key professional Elsie's bowler as
I
well.
watched some kid bowl 300.
What?
I mean, it was a big deal.
I was at
Do you have your own ball?
Northeast.
I used to.
Did you really?
I think we gave it away though.
I was at Northeast Yacht Club, but a scant few weeks ago, and I'm an
Yes.
old man, and it was badass. It was as
It's
great
super
as I
fun,
remembered.
chill, yes.
It's super chill.
Every bar in Northeast, you'll have a good time.
They had it was my buddy's birthday, and they had a minimum for credit card purchases, and we were I just bought around, and anyway, I was just below, and I was like, well, I got to get something in addition to these 2 beers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I I was like,
Some merch?
let's try
What?
some Malort. So I got some. Have you guys had Malort?
No.
What is
Are you
that?
familiar
What
with
is it?
Malort? You
No.
don't know Malort?
No. Who wouldn't?
That's a
It's
made-up
a,
word.
he
He makes shit up and just like.
no, it's a thing. It's called Jepson's Malort. It is a spirit.
Gibson's old timey.
Yeah.
It was made famous in Chicago. It's the worst tasting paint thinner, gasoline ass liquor you've ever had. And
So you tried it.
it came to Minnesota recently. It's like a legendarily bad. You know how like it was Jägermeister for a while,
Okay,
and then it was Fernet Branca among like the hipsters and stuff.
I don't, but I'm going to take your word for
Oh,
that.
okay. Anyway, now it's Malort, and it's like licorice mixed
So it's
with.
popular.
Is it like
but
Ouzo?
bad.
Oh, it's so much worse than Ouzo. It's not that. It's like hints of licorice. Ouzo's like all black liquor.
Okay.
Anyway, Northeast Yacht Club. I'm still a big fan. It's
Even
a
though
great
they
little
sell
dive
Malort.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Elsie's is great. I haven't been there in forever.
Also, the
1029
what
is
it,
amazing.
Fifth, like the run of Fifth Street, like Mazelax, Nightcap. I don't know if
Sure.
you guys
Oh,
do
yeah.
those
I
places.
mean-
So
Jimmy's,
that
Grumpy's.
is buried from like this part of Northeast. I feel like
Yeah.
you really have to know Northeast
yeah.
to
'Cause
know
you're off the
that
main drag,
section.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there are lots of cool places over there.
Like Mazelax is like roast beef sandwiches or whatever, but they have Taco Tuesdays.
yeah.
The hard shell taco is just a deep fried soft shell, and those we used to go there every Tuesday. Phenomenal.
Yeah, because they're probably cheap as hell too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a great time. And then they had like Wing Wednesdays, all these things. These are the things I did like mid-20s.
Yeah.
Just like hanging out
Yeah.
with the friends and stuff.
But that's what I think
makes
is
me
so
wanna go
cool
back.
about Northeast, just in general, is there really are like so many different pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, oh, I'm in Northeast, and they're like at the Certix
Yeah.
Kovarchik's place, right?
Right.
And they don't explore deep into it,
Yeah.
but there's so many cool little neighborhood
Yep.
pockets with
Yep.
dive bars or hole in the wall food joints
Mm-hmm.
or whatever that are all feel like uniquely Northeast.
Even like John Johnson, just off Broadway, is like
Yep.
Cuviette and Marinos and just,
Yes.
like, all-
Yep.
they have their own little food down there. So
Yep.
it's just like everywhere.
I was at last Saturday. I went to MKVet in St. Paul. They had a special, dude. It's a combination of a French dip and a banh mi sandwich, kind of. So basically, it's kind of a banh mi that you dip in pho.
Yum.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude. So it's got like the cilantro and jalapenos, and it had two kinds of beef. It was like ribeye and something else. Holy shit. I'm going to be thinking about that forever.
Yeah.
And it was a special, so who knows if it'll be
Yeah.
there tomorrow.
Dang it.
Anyway,
I wonder if they have that.
this is a Northeast episode, everyone. We're not
Yeah.
talking about Grand Avenue in St. Paul, but
It's the food
Caveat.
that tangents so well.
the
you know?
original Caveat
Yeah.
is on Johnson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know they were related.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are,
There's one in Brooklyn Center or Park or something.
Okay.
I think, if they're still
If
around.
you get the egg rolls at the state fair, everyone out there,
Yes.
you're getting the Caveat
Yep.
egg rolls with the fish sauce nuoc cham thing on the side.
Yeah. Pretty much the best thing, that best egg roll ever.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Casey?
It's a Northeast.
All right, maybe I didn't know
He's
what
a
to get.
snob.
Maybe I didn't know what to get. I
Try
was
an egg
like-
roll. I mean, you can grab it for lunch today.
It felt fancy. Like the one in St. Paul feels
Yeah.
fancy. Like the
Yeah, it's-
decor.
The
and-
Northeast one is like your typical to go
Asian
like takeout
place.
joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll like that better.
Welcome to Boom Times, a segment called Boom Times, Boom Times.
You're all Twin Cities encompassing
But it's
with.
I
your
just started following her
recommendations.
today, so I'm new. But Casey has been talking about Stephenie forever. So if
Yeah.
you go to Stephenie.Rosener,
Yes.
Rosener,
Yes.
on Instagram, the content she produces on around
not-
and about Northeast is great.
And I've switched to low effort because I've gone to like restaurants and done all the like, oh, look at all this food and everything, and those do terribly. And maybe I should try to bring it back now that I have a little more people who care about
Yeah.
Minneapolis stuff.
Yeah.
But I've just gone to low effort. Like, here's a 5-second clip of my kid with a cool event that's coming up. And it's been like crazy. Like 2,000 shares on this garage sales that are coming up in Bryn Mawr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People like the offbeat
Yeah. So and everyone knows like concerts and plays that are in town,
Yeah.
but it's like, do they know that they can go visit the Grinch at this brewery from 10 to 2 or what?
Right.
That's
Sure.
kind of what I'm going
Right.
for.
Okay.
So,
That's cool.
And it's working so far. So yeah.
Is there anything this weekend that's popping out to you?
BooMTimeS. And now
Yeah, we'll
throw that in there.
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my notes up.
That's okay. I'll talk about BooMTimeS because for those who don't know, and
Yeah,
Stephenie
yeah.
may not know, BooMTimeS.
B.
Books.
Oh.
We don't talk a lot about books, even though I read books constantly, but
Oh.
there's no O, bro. BooMTimeS. All consonants, capital letters. BMTMS. Books, movies, TV, music.
Oh, I didn't know it was an accident.
See?
Sports.
something
BooMTimeS. It's a part of the show where we kind of talk about what we've been into the last week, whether it be any of those words I said or anything else.
Yeah, it's like it's like John. It's like John
It's like
and
John
Philly.
and Philly, right?
Because even if it's not a book, a movie, TV, or whatever else is in the acronym,
Yeah.
we just talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it could
really,
be like
it doesn't mean
I
anything.
stubbed my toe and I maybe broke it, but I don't know. I'm not
So
going to the
why
doctor.
don't we figure out what the O, the I,
No.
and the E?
Because they don't exist. These are capital letter consonants only.
Every week I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna put some work
I'm
into
gonna
it.
get it. ChatGPT, maybe.
Yeah,
figure it
maybe
out.
that's the answer. All right, BooMTimeS.
BooMTimeS.
Do you want to go first, Stephenie, or are you not ready? Because I'm locked and loaded.
He's always
go.
like he
Yeah,
consumes
let's hear
so
it.
much media
Yeah.
and things.
Okay. First things first for BooMTimeS. What did I
Where
want to
do I
talk
begin?
about?
Yeah.
I want to talk about a podcast and a YouTube channel called One Song.
One song.
One Song. It's
Okay.
these two musicians. One is named Diallo Riddle. One is named Luxury, Luxxxury. They're roughly our age. They've been in the business for a long time. And every episode, every week, they break down a song by an artist. So, like, for instance, this last week was London Calling by The Clash. And they spend an hour. Obviously, they spend a lot more than an hour, but the episode's like an hour. And they break down the entire song. They break down the bass line separately. They play the bass line. The lead guitar solo, they play that.
I feel like
they
I've
single
heard
it
this.
out. It's pretty famous.
Yeah.
And these guys are super smart and great. And they break down the lyrics and they talk about the history of the song and everything like that. And
They did steal "Kiss from a Rose."
They did?
I believe they did.
It's like catnip for somebody like me. I'll do the dishes or something and listen to one song, and it's so great, and they're so smart, and they do genres all over the map. So freaking go on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, Apple Music. After you listen to our podcast, go to One Song. They're brilliant, and it's very interesting and educational.
Sweet.
If you don't chime in with something, he's gonna be like, "I got another one."
I do, but
I was
I'll
going to
let
tell
you.
you that the garage sales are happening in Bryn Mawr.
Yes, tell us.
Like the first weekend of May. The entire neighborhood, you can walk the whole
Yeah, it's
thing.
a
I don't know
big
if you've
thing
ever
that happens
been
over
or
there.
even knew about it.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
about it.
every year.
It's big. It's like
Yep.
since the 70s. So
Yep.
my
North of 394.
Yeah, 394 in Penn, right?
Yeah.
Make a
you know,
right.
that area.
We did this
North.
before.
We did Bryn Mawr because part of Bryn Mawr is south of 394.
Yeah, if you're coming from downtown,
Yeah.
if you're coming from northeast, 394 to
Penn.
10, make a right.
Yes, go
and then
north.
make a left up into Bryn Mawr.
All up in there.
Yeah.
They're
That's
on
west, north
all
and
up in
west.
They're on the left and right side of Penn.
I only go
There.
to the left.
That's the preferred.
No, I go to the right side of Penn. Oh wait, yeah, then the left.
Take a right on Penn.
So
left.
these are
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are garage sales like
The entire
within
neighborhood.
within
the
yeah.
whole.
all of Bryn
So
Mawr.
you can
Yes.
walk, down alleys for blocks and blocks.
Okay,
and blocks
so
and blocks
individual
and blocks.
homes are they're all
Yeah.
But
okay.
then, like
Yeah.
the businesses down there do stuff, and they have porta potties. It's
Yeah.
a whole
Wow. Food
trucks.
festival. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So that's going on,
Okay.
which is my most popular probably event that I.
Are you going to go to this event?
Yeah, my sister lives in my grandma's house down there, so
Okay.
we've my mom and all of her cousins used to have a huge sale. So I'm kind of sometimes, if I'm in the mood to shop, sure, but
Yeah.
it's busy too. I mean,
Do your
cars
kids enjoy
everywhere
doing
and
that stuff with you guys still, or are they is your oldest
yeah,
at
they
the
love
age
it.
where
She's kind of like 50-50,
Okay.
like kid
All right.
versus teen. So
yeah.
I also just put out like posts about all the farmers markets that are going because they're all like there's
There's a
10
bunch
10
in
of them that I
Northeast.
found, 2 in Northeast, 10 of them like citywide just around Minneapolis.
Okay.
So those are all starting back up, including the major, one off of Lindale.
Yep.
Is starting which runs year round, I think, but like they're opening up their summer hours and they're having like a bash on Saturday, May.
Do you have a favorite
1st.
farmer's market that you go to?
See, I've been so deep in motherhood. I have a 2-year-old right now, so I'm
Okay.
coming out of
That's
it now.
I forget that you're in the throes of.
That like if I see one, sure I'll buy some strawberries or whatever. But yeah. One thing that we do like to do is we have a cabin by Annandale, and they have the Wright County Swappers Meet, which is like a giant garage sale farmers market mashup. And so we go there on Saturdays. It's super fun. And it's a quick like hour day trip if you're into that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Casey, what do you got?
St. Paul art crawl.
Ooh, I just learned about this yesterday.
It rhymes.
Yeah, so they do it 3 different weekends because they're 3 different wards. So this is Ward 2, which is Lower Town or the downtown area, but mainly like the art area
Artist
is by
lofts.
CHS Field
Yeah.
and the St. Paul Farmers Market in Lower Town and all the artist lofts, and then all the way along West 7th, all the way up to where like the Schmidt Brewery is.
And this is
which
like
is
each
also
weekend
artist
it's different
Yep.
wards, I think they call it.
Yep. So this is Ward 2, so it's both of those, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. The artists like basically open up their residences, and most of them live where they work. So you're going into their homes and you're checking out their art, and you can get some incredible deals. Like my wife and I are big into buying local art. Like if we need art for our house, it's not gonna be like IKEA.
You don't go to IKEA?
Well, it's not going to be IKEA. It's not going to be Target, but it's also not going to be like some expensive painting from wherever. Like we go to the MCAD art sale and buy like student art, or
That's
we
awesome.
go to
That's a
like
great idea.
Lower Town.
Because otherwise you
or-
could spend like $1,200 on something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And,
and-
this way you're getting something from a local artist who's in your community.
Something unique that's maybe
and it's also a
$200.
really cool family event in a lot of these areas because you have all the restaurants there, much like Northeast, right?
Yeah.
Like you're walking over past the Schmidt, you have Shamrocks or Tavial Grill or like any of these other places. Downtown you have, you can stop at Hope Breakfast on the way to Lower Town. So that's a really cool, Ward 2 is if you're gonna go to any
the
of the
one.
St. Paul art crawls, I feel like Ward 2 is the one.
Good
Yeah,
tip.
so that's this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, and along those same lines, coming up in Northeast is Art Whirl. I don't know if you
Whirl.
guys have done that, but same vibe. Open studios, buy from artists, live music at breweries, restaurants are
Yep.
open. Like
North
the
of
place
King
becomes
Building.
insane. Yeah.
When
All
is
of them.
Yeah.
when is Art Whirl?
May 16th through 18th.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so that's less than a month.
Yeah.
Are they still doing the zombie pub crawl in Northeast?
You know what?
That's a good. I don't think they do that anymore.
I think they do it, but I don't. It's taken on different weird.
It like travels now.
Yeah.
It's like a horde. It travels itself.
Yeah.
Because
But
it
they-
used to be like a block party
Yes.
type of thing, or back in the day, it was just like a night out. Everyone was
Are
doing
they
it.
still doing the beer dabbler?
Yes.
They are. That's right.
There's
out
actually
here,
one of those
in this
coming
parking lot.
up. I mean, they're all over. There's one.
Oh, I thought it was just a big
I think
beer
it's like
festival
a
here.
thing now
Oh,
that they
okay,
like
all right.
do quarterly conventions or
Okay,
whatever.
all right.
Yeah. Another cool thing coming up that I think is probably the coolest thing that happens in Minneapolis is Doors Open Minneapolis.
Yes.
Which is like all the cool, like you can tour the Star Tribune.
Yes.
Like the
Oh, wow.
garbage facility, you know, and then cool things like the Basilica's open for tours or like
Yes.
all the
My
historic
son and I did the
buildings.
light rail doors open
Yeah.
2 years ago, where you can just go to where the trains,
Yeah.
like the depot of the light
Yeah.
rail trains,
Yeah.
and you can meet. We got to meet engineers and also light rail drivers and frickin' honk the horn and do all that stuff.
There's
It
like
was great.
somewhere in the city they're gonna open up like a sewer and like send a camera down. Like it's a whole thing.
That's so cool.
There's literally like
you're-
50 buildings
Stephenie,
that
you're
have.
right. Doors
Okay.
open is so cool.
I mean, it's
That's
awesome.
the first time I've ever heard of this.
And
Yeah.
there's like a few of them you need tickets to, but for the most part, it's just like, and some are only open on Saturday, but most
does
are
that
both
happen?
days. That's the 17th and 18th of May.
Oh,
So same weekend as Art Whirl.
Yes.
May's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that sounds like the coolest thing.
And
like,
Mother's
I can
Day.
pick-
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. You say
Yeah.
Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mother's Day is in
My
May,
wife
right?
could.
Yeah.
My wife would skip that holiday if she could.
Yeah.
She's just like, I don't need it.
leave
I don't
me
need
alone.
a day. Yeah,
That's what I
my
want.
perfect day would be for you all to fucking
Yeah,
leave.
exactly. Me
Right,
too.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah, I think my wife's
father.
probably
You guys
in the
go have
same
fun
boat.
with
Yeah,
that.
I don't need to go to the Dakota.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Right.
I don't need to like cook brunch for my whole family
Yeah,
to celebrate
exactly.
me. Like, just leave.
Yeah.
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 Let me sleep. Let me watch some whatever reality TV
Yeah.
she wants to watch.
funny.
Does your wife watch reality TV?
She does. She not like she's gotten into it with my son, which is hilarious. Who's 15. The
You were watching like Love Is Blind.
Love Is
weren't you?
Blind and Love
God.
Island and all that stuff. They love the trashiness
Yeah.
of it. They think it's hilarious.
See, I watch Naked and Afraid like crazy. Like every spin-off
my
thing, I
God.
watch all of them because I'm obsessed with it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's good to like fall asleep to. Nobody.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later on.
That's so funny.
You a big reality TV guy?
No, I don't like reality TV at all.
He's
But
too high-minded.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
very
too busy
very
watching
snobby.
one show or.
Yeah, like I need to
Speaking
learn about the
of
ins
which,
and outs of the music.
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but so there's this TV show on Max or HBO called The Last of Us. We've talked about it
Yeah.
many times.
Oh God!
Super
don't.
popular.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch any.
Did you watch season 2, episode 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so my daughter is, how the hell old is she? 12. She's obsessed with this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic
Oh, okay. Maybe I would like. That.
zombie.
It's zombie, but it's
about way more
it's
than
based
that.
on like actual science of. At first,
Cordyceps.
it's based on a video
Fungus.
game, but it's based on fungus, as if a fungus
Oh,
could
the
grow
I think okay.
within
Yes.
Yeah.
humans and kind of take them over.
Yes.
So that's what.
But anyway, so my daughter has also decided that she wants to watch it on her own without us, because my wife Sarah and I, my ex-girlfriend, who's currently my wife, it's a long story.
I've heard this.
Joke. You've heard
yeah,
a bit.
We watch it. We're in love with this show, but my daughter has decided she wants to watch it on her phone by herself in her room. She doesn't want us around.
Yeah.
And this last episode was it was like one of the best episodes of TV probably ever I've seen.
Oh.
Um,
Riveting.
it was
a lot.
really good.
That's a big statement.
You don't think so?
I think episode 3 of the first season,
I agree.
was actually one of the best episodes of
agree.
TV ever. I
The Nick
thought this was
Offerman-
like a good episode.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, the newest episode had a lot of shocking reveals.
But,
let's
you know,
just
the
say, and my
video-
daughter was affected.
The video game had happened
she
much
regretting that?
earlier.
Well, right, but I don't know. I never played that video game.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
So was she regretting her decision to watch alone?
No, she'll want to watch
Oh,
every episode.
she's good.
I don't know. It's just something she got in her head. Okay.
I got one more.
Okay,
You
go.
talk.
I have to take off in a minute because I wasn't expecting.
No.
it, but
Oh,
I'm
we're going to
sorry.
keep going for hours.
keep it going.
what's-
Sinners.
Oh, Sinners, the Ryan Coogler movie.
Yeah, Michael B.
Good.
Jordan.
You thought it was good?
It was incredible.
Oh,
Yeah, it was great.
okay, good tip.
My last thing. Deltron 3030.
Oh God.
It's the 25th anniversary, and they just announced today that they're going on tour and they're coming here September 24th. We should go.
All right.
They're playing. So
Do you know who Deltron 33 is?
Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Dan the Automator, and Kid Koala put out this album called Deltron 3030.
What genre?
In the
are we
90s, old hip
No,
hop.
2000.
like-
It's the 25th anniversary.
oh, okay.
2000. It's a
Underground
it's
hip hop.
it's a
sample-based awesomeness.
yeah, it's a dystopian future in the year 3030 where there's this. It's a concept album. It's a rap album.
Yeah.
It's a hip hop album.
Okay.
With amazing beats and lyrically amazing and brilliant.
Yeah.
And they're performing the whole thing from start
Oh,
That'd be awesome.
to end
I like that part.
Yeah.
in September.
It will be cool. It's
Yeah.
super cool. It's like a cult classic kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
It's one of my
Okay.
favorite albums ever. It's so good.
Well, you got to go. And we're sorry for taking
No,
your
it's
time.
okay.
Yeah.
This is fun.
But thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks for
and
inviting me.
exploring Northeast. Because while I love Northeast and know a little bit about it,
There's
Yeah.
so much to
there's
like.
so much. Yeah.
a lot going on.
And if you're
Yeah.
Northeast curious, Stephenie.Rosener
Yeah.
on Instagram
mostly about
to get you started.
Northeast, but
Mostly.
we're branching out. 'cause,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
sometimes we drive across, bridges
Across
and
the-
stuff.
I have 3 more BooMTimeS, guys.
No,
I'm
no.
just- Thanks so much.
Have a good one.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place.